everyone. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Andi, and I'm really happy that you're here. Happy Mask Monday, everyone. I am doing the Aceology peel-off mask. I think it's really pretty. It's like a blue shimmer. So today I am going to do some spooky questions. I stole these from Beauty Beatdown, Kristen at Beauty Beatdown, and Ash from Flawed Ash did a little collab where they answered spooky questions. And I feel like this is stuck to my eyelash. And I stole them. I was allowed to steal them, but I did steal them. So there's, I think, 24 of them. So let's go ahead and get started. I've had this on for a while. Let me get my mask, or get my fan, kind of help it along a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started on the spooky questions. Oh, by the way, I gave up on my background. My thing keeps falling down. These fall down. Do not buy the small removable clear plastic hook things from the Dollar Tree. I've gone through a whole pack of them just to keep these three things up on my walls. So I don't know, maybe next year I'll have something a little bit more elaborate, but I just kind of gave up on it because I couldn't keep the stuff on the wall, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, just wanted to tell you that. So spooky questions, number 1, do you believe in aliens? You know, I didn't used to. I didn't believe in aliens or UFOs, but I do now. Just because, I mean, it's kind of silly to think that we're the only ones in the whole universe, don't you think? And I've seen a lot of video of UFOs, of suspected, alleged UFOs, and I think I've seen one myself, but I'm not sure. That's a story for another time, maybe. If you guys want to know about that, let me know. Do you believe in ghosts or spirits? Absolutely, I do. Yes, I do. 100% believe in ghosts and spirits. Which urban legend scares you the most? You know, a lot of them don't scare me at all, but there is one that I've heard over and over again that if it happened to you, it would be petrifying. And that's the one where woman stops at a gas station, pumps her gas, and the guy on the intercom says, "There's a problem with your card. I need you to come inside." And she goes inside, and he said, "Someone just got in the back of your car." So they call the police, whatever. But that's terrifying. First thing I do when I go out to my car, especially if it's dark, I look in the back. I have an SUV, so I look in the back. First thing I do is look in the back. I have really tinted windows in the back, so I can't see in, but I open the door and look in there. And everybody there. But just in case, when I used to be at work, I had to be at work at 5 a.m., and it was always really dark. First thing I did, look in the back of my car. So that's the one that scares me the most. Number 4, what is your favorite popular horror film? Original Halloween by John Carpenter will always be my favorite Halloween film. That is like classic horror movie. I love that movie. I love that movie. Cheesy as it is, I love it. And side note, if you happen to have an original VHS of the original Halloween, you might want to look it up and see how much it actually sells for, because it sells for a lot. Number 5, would you visit a real haunted house? Absolutely, I would. And I would spend the night. Someone else, I think it was Laura, the bargain hunter, did spooky questions the other day. And I think one of them was, would you stay all night in a haunted house? Absolutely, I would. Yes, I would. Would it scare me? Probably, but I would still do it. What is your biggest fear? My actual, something that terrifies me more than anything is something happening to my daughter. Yep, that's my biggest fear. Number 7, have you had a paranormal experience? Yes, I have. 100% I have, yes, when my daughter was a baby. If you want to hear more about that, let me know. Maybe I'll do a Mask Monday on just that. If you were in a horror movie, do you think you would survive? Absolutely. Yes, I would survive. No, I can't run. I can't run, but I can fight. And I have weapons, so I would 100% survive. Number 9, do you prefer gore or thrillers? Thrillers. I don't like, slasher films or the campy slasher films. That's fun to watch, especially when you're a teenager and all of that. But psychological thrillers that make you think and get in your head, those to me are far more frightening than gore. Number 10, are you superstitious? I'm not really superstitious. Yes, I do knock on wood, but usually I do it this way. I'm like, no, knock on wood. If I spill salt, I do throw it over my shoulder, but it's because my grandma always did that. So it's just kind of like a thing that I do. But no, I'm not really. I would walk under a ladder. I don't want to break a mirror just because mirrors are expensive, but I'm not really superstitious. Number 11, have you used a Ouija board? Unfortunately, yes. When I was younger, I think it was in 6th grade. I was in 6th grade at a sleepover, and we used a Ouija board. Also, I had a neighbor that lived down the street, Scott. We were besties, and we did use a Ouija board, but I was really young. I would never do it again, ever, because frankly, that frightens the hell out of me. Do you own anything that is haunted? Not that I'm aware of. I own many things that were my grandmother's and my great-grandmother's, and they have both passed. And I own some things that were my dad's, and he has passed. But I don't believe that any of them were haunted. And if they are, I have no idea. Number 13, do you get scared easily? No, I do not. I do not get scared easily. I think I'm desensitized to it just because I've been watching horror films since I was probably 8 years old. When I went to my dad's, I was pretty much allowed, me and my stepbrother and stepsister were pretty much allowed to watch whatever we wanted. And usually that was horror movies. Yeah, we loved them. Before I go to bed at night, there are several YouTube channels that tell spooky stories, and they're true spooky stories, like they're actually true spooky stories, and I listen to them every night before I go to bed. It doesn't bother me. What is the scariest movie you've ever seen? I would say there's two different kinds. So child Andi that was allowed to watch scary movies, Phantasm from I think it was the early 80s. It's either late 70s or early 80s, but I think it was early 80s. Phantasm was terrifying to me. And the Amityville Horror, which I actually read that book in middle school. My middle school had the Amityville Horror in the library at the school. And I read it, and it scared the hell out of me. As an adult, and this is going to sound really dumb, Blair Witch Project scared me. I personally don't think there are any good horror movies made after 1995, maybe. I can't think of any certain ones I'm thinking of, but prior to 1995, I felt like they were a lot scarier, maybe because I was younger. But as an adult, when I was married, he worked third shift. And one night I watched the Blair Witch Project, and it scared me so bad. And I think it's the things you can't see. To me, it's the things that you can't see that's scary. And you didn't see anything at all. So you just heard sounds. And I felt like, you know, the fact that it was like a documentary, filmed like a documentary, was a little scary. I'm trying to get this thing to dry. Okay. Number 15, do you have any phobias? I have many phobias, and most of them are ridiculous. I am afraid of heights. I'm not really claustrophobic, although there are certain times that I think I would be. If I was in a cave, I've seen like cave jumpers and cave people that explore caves, and they get in these little crevices. I think that would bother me a lot. I'm afraid of holes. There is actually, it's either called triphobia or tryptophobia, but I think it's called triphobia. Do not Google it. It will scar you for life. I am petrified of holes. Yeah, holes. Holes. I am also afraid of clowns, puppets, and dolls. And not just baby dolls, but like porcelain dolls, puppets, ventriloquist dummies, and marionettes, the ones that are on the strings. Yes, always. I've always been afraid of those, and I've always been afraid of clowns. My mom says that when I was a little girl, they took me to a circus, and I was petrified of clowns, and I'm still afraid of clowns, and I'm almost 50 years old, and I would still scream if a clown walked up to me. I would. Yeah. I think it's because there's makeup. You don't know who that is, you know? Plus, they just look creepy. Creepy AF. Have you ever seen a ghost? I have never seen a ghost. I have witnessed a ghost. I did not see it. Her. I did not see her. But I witnessed her. Yes. Yes. Again, that kind of goes with my other one. If you want to know that story, I'll tell it someday. Number 17, do you believe in demons or the devil? Absolutely, I do. I do believe in the devil. I believe in God. So, of course, I believe in the devil. And I believe that there are demons. Yes, I do. And that whole thought scares the absolute hell out of me. And, you know, I don't get scared easily, but demons, things like that, evil scares me. Have you broken into an abandoned house or building? No, never did. Never did. And I mean, I wasn't a great teenager. I mean, I did stuff I shouldn't be doing, but I never did break into an abandoned house or building. 19, favorite serial killer. I can't say that I have a favorite serial killer because that sounds really bad. There are serial killers that intrigue me because when I went to college, I have a major in criminal justice, and my minor was going to be in abnormal psychology. So I have done a lot of research years ago on that type of thing. And so I guess if I had to say one who fascinates me the most is Ed Kemper. Google him. He is in California. He's still in prison in California. But yeah, Ed Kemper. He's not one of the real well-known like Charles Manson or Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy, but he was a bad guy. He is a bad dude. I think one of the things is he's so freaking intelligent. Like, he's so intelligent. It's scary. Number 20, do you see figures in your peripheral vision? No, I don't. Number 21, do you hear noises when no one is around? Of course. My house was built in 1978, so it is an older home. I hear squirrels on the roof. I hear, I don't really hear floors creaking. Sometimes in the past I've thought I've heard footsteps, but I don't think I did. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, I think everybody houses rest, and I think everybody pretty much has. Number 22. Have you held a seance? Yes, again, 6th grade. Slumber parties. Slumber parties. We did stupid crap during slumber parties. We should have been more supervised. Definitely should have been more supervised. I would never do that now, ever. But I was, what was that? 12? Is that 12? 6th grade? 10 or, not 10. 11 or 12? You do stupid crap when you're young. Don't even know the consequences to it. Number 23, have you seen a dead body apart from a funeral? Yes, I have. I was a criminal justice major, and I did a small internship at the Franklin County Coroner's Office. And anatomy class, there was a cadaver, and also in my internship, I saw some dead people. I sure did. And the last question, have you caught a photo of a ghost? I think I have. I'm not sure. It could be pareidolia. Pareidolia is when you see something and it's like the pattern of it looks like a face. Or, people see things in clouds like, oh, I see a bunny or something. Pareidolia is what that's called. And it could have been pareidolia, but I will insert a picture. I will insert the picture that I took, and then I will insert the picture zoomed in. We were at, I will give you the background on this. We were at an Airbnb. It was myself and 7 other women. There's a bunch of us had a girls' weekend. There was a lot of alcohol involved. And some karaoke in the living room and crafts. And we just had a ball. And my friend, it was her. She had just gotten divorced, and so she got an Airbnb to sleep 8 people in Southern Ohio. And it's like a little tourist town. Not really a tourist town, but it has a lot of shops and all that. Anyway, we were exploring, the house, and a few of us decided to go down in the basement because it was super creepy basement. Super creepy basement, stone walls, not even like concrete walls or concrete block walls. It was like stone walls. You can tell that house was really old. So the basement was terrifying. It was totally out of a horror movie. So I'm just snapping pictures, just in case, snapping pictures. And so when I got home from the weekend, I decided to zoom in, like take on my phone, zoom in on every photo that I took in every corner. Like I went over those with a fine-tooth comb, and I think I have a face. So I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put the picture that I originally took. And then I'm going to put a picture of it zoomed in. So tell me what you think you see. I did adjust the contrast so you can see a little bit better. But tell me what you think you see. I don't know. Could be wrong. Like I said, could be pareidolia. I don't know. Let me see if this is... Oh, yeah, it's dry. Let's get to peeling, y'all. Maybe. So that was fun. Do you guys do anything for Halloween? We live in a cul-de-sac, and there are 2 streets that kind of come in, and then the cul-de-sac is off of that. And for some reason, kids, like trick-or-treaters, just walk around. Like, they don't come back here, which very few people give out candy back here. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses back here. The first year, I was so ready for trick-or-treaters. I was so excited. I had like 6 bags of candy, and I had absolutely no trick-or-treaters. None. And so the next year I bought a few less, but I still had I still had candy. I really like this mask. It doesn't hurt at all. Oh, I think that's all I have for you today. All right, everyone. I've gabbed. I've gabbed way too long. Everyone have a great day. Happy Mask Monday. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.